What should you do if you're deathly afraid of cold calling? I'll give you two solid options in this video. I recently received an email from a viewer around the world who was sharing with me that they are deathly afraid of cold calling. I understand this fear. I have been there. I know what it's like to be afraid to pick up the phone and call somebody. What should you do? I want to give you a couple options in this video that I think could help you to get past this fear or go around the fear. Let's go around it with the first option, and that is have someone else do it. On a team, depending on the size, you can have someone else do calling and you go on the appointments because you probably feel more comfortable going on appointments. It's the calling to set the appointments that's so difficult. In the past, I have been someone on the team who did the calling. I didn't like it, but I learned to get better at it, and I would set appointments for senior salespeople. That was my job. I've also trained teams of callers. That's all they do all day long is make calls for senior salespeople. If you are not a senior salesperson, but you aspire to be, maybe you could pay out of your own pocket and hire somebody to make calls for you. There are many freelancers available on the internet who are looking for work on a part-time basis to be paid hourly and probably receive some bonuses if they make appointments. So why fight something that you can't stand? Instead, do what you're good at and have someone else do what you're not good at. So that's your first option. You might be in a situation where you feel like, I can't do option one for whatever reason. I get it. So here's option two, and that is to go straight at it. Many years ago, I was deathly afraid, not of cold calling, but of public speaking. I would shake, sweat, get super nervous, feel butterflies in my stomach before I was going to do a presentation. What could I do? I had to push through it and get over it. So I took a course that lasted for 12 weeks. Every week, I went down there and forced myself to attend this almost 3-hour class where I had to give a presentation and sometimes two every week. By the end of the program, I had gotten past being sweaty, nervous, and terrible to being good enough to get through a speech or two. And I even started to like it, amazingly enough. After that, I just kept at it. I went into Toastmasters for 5 years. I took many more public speaking classes. I took one class where I was videotaped and forced to watch the videotapes. Tough stuff. But I wanted to get better at it. And imagine, if I had not done that, I wouldn't be here right now speaking to you because I would have never gotten better at public speaking because I would have avoided it for my career. So what would you do when it comes to cold calling? I would recommend that you read books, watch videos like this one that you're watching right now. There are many other videos on the internet about cold calling. There are books about cold calling. There's even an assessment related to cold calling. I believe it's called the SQ Gold Assessment. If you do a search for it online, you may be able to find a provider who could provide the assessment to you. As it turns out, there are many, many fears of cold calling. It's not just one global fear, but there are many, many sub-elements to being afraid of cold calling. By taking that assessment, you'll learn what it is that really bothers you. You can also try it again and again and again, as I did with public speaking. Practice is what gets you better at something, and you just push through your fear until you start to have some modest success. I'm sure you're not going to be good in the beginning. Just like my first speeches, they were terrible. I was a horrible public speaker, but I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and taking more courses, reading more books, watching more videos, and practicing all throughout until I started to feel comfortable and actually get good at it and like it. I did that with cold calling too. I was terrible in the beginning. I actually started getting good at it, and I was able to make appointments. And I was even recognized by the company that I work for as a great person over the phone. So it is possible, but you have to change your mindset about this. You have to decide in your mind first, I'm going to accept my fear. I'm going to accept my lack of skill, but I have a plan, and I'm going to follow my plan and continually compare myself against myself, where I was when I started and where I am now, versus comparing myself against other people. And as you continue to study and practice, you'll find yourself getting better. And by comparing yourself, you will realize gains. And those gains will start to increase your confidence, and you'll start getting better and better. And then before you know it, it could change your career, just as getting better at public speaking changed my career. So there you have it. 2 options. 1, have someone else do it for you, or 2, learn all about it and practice along the way and see your incremental gains as being encouragement to keep going and pushing through. I hope this video has helped you to understand how you can get better at something that most salespeople need to accept and get good at. If it has helped you, please like it, comment on it, and share it with others. Subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to go further with me, know that I have a new online course coming up in the month of September 2022. It will launch, and you'll be able to invest in a program to go further and develop your sales skills over a multi-week period. Stay tuned for more details on that. Best wishes to you.